Israeli intelligence estimates that at least 20 hostages are still alive, with another 28 having died in captivity. Now, Hamas has control of the remains of some of those who have died in captivity, while they claim that the remains of others are buried beneath the rubble of buildings and/or tunnels that collapsed on top of them during the fighting. There might be some truth to that, and if so, then it also raises a question about whether or not Hamas or anyone else even knows where some of these remains are. Hamas seems to be leaning into that idea by publishing a poster over the weekend showing the faces of all 48 remaining hostages with the name Ron Arad under them, if you remember that name in Israeli history. Now, Ron Arad is known to almost everyone in Israel as the name of an Israeli Air Force weapons system operator who, along with pilot Ishai Aviram, was forced to bail out of their severely damaged F-4 Phantom jet over southern Lebanon on October 16, 1986. Aviram was nearly captured a few hours later, but an Israeli Cobra attack helicopter spotted him and swooped down to let him grab a hold of one of the landing skids. The helicopter flew off with Aviram holding on for dear life, managing to avoid being hit by a withering hail of gunfire from the terrorists who had been about to capture him. It's like something out of the movies, but it happened in real life, friends, at least this one time. Arad was not so lucky, and a few days later word arrived in Jerusalem that he had been captured by Amal, one of the armed Shiite factions in Lebanon. For the next several years, rumors about his fate were regularly reported in the news, both here in Israel and around. Now, most of those rumors were no doubt pure fantasy, and there are excellent reasons to believe that Ron Arad died in 1988. Still, the circumstances of his death, including which armed group was holding him at the time, are unclear. And even Hezbollah leaders have admitted they don't know for sure. In any case, the official position of the Israeli government, which made extensive efforts to try to find out as much information as they could about Arad's fate, is that they assume he is still alive until conclusive evidence otherwise can be obtained. However, the Ron Arad case is a gaping, unhealed wound in Israel's national consciousness, and Hamas knows that, and that's why they're putting out this poster. They want the Israeli public to feel like they're about to lose all hope of ever finding out what happened to all these hostages, so the public will put pressure on the government to call off the offensive in Gaza City. I doubt that will work, as all of this cruel, sick, evil psychological warfare tactics that Hamas has tried up to this point haven't been effective in forcing the Israeli government to change tactics.